The Poison of Love, K.R. Meera, narrated by Mary Joseph. The Poison of Love. Love is like milk. With the passage of time, it sours, splits, and becomes poison. Madhav gave me that poison. I did not die. Instead, I killed him. I, the widow, came to Mathura's Vrindavan. That was 12 years ago. On the very first day, old Ghanshyam Pandit, a retired school teacher, sporting a tilak on his forehead, had pointed to the old women with shaven heads, hobbling along slowly, walking stick in one hand and tiffin carrier in the other, through gullies reeking of manure and urine, girdled by 5,000 temples, and introduced them thus. Madam, look at these women. Haven't you heard of Bhakt Meera, the devotee of Lord Krishna, who wrote Meera bhajans? These are refugees, widows. We call them Meera sadhus. They sit in the bhajan mandap from dawn to dusk and recite the name of Krishna. That is their sole work. They get a daily allowance of 2.5 rupees, some milk, 10 grams of rice and dal. Pitiable creatures. The contributions of Krishna devotees like you are their only succor. If you wish, you may donate to the temple trust. Something shattered inside me as I stared at the women. Feeling dizzy, I followed Ghanshyam Pandit up a flight of winding stairs. A dim green signboard, the word Dharamshala written on it in Hindi, hung above a narrow door. I was horrified when I entered. There was a sea of shaven heads, reverberating, incessant crying, as if someone was being strangled. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Outside, the afternoon sun was subdued. Disoriented, I started confusing the faces of the human beings with those of the animals moving relentlessly on the streets. It was a dirty hall with more stone pillars than were required. Right in the middle, a Radha Govind statue, draped in yellow silks and garlanded with marigolds, stood on a small pedestal. Seeping in through the window bars, the weak sunlight gleamed on the shaven heads. Faces filled with pathos, skinny bodies, tarnished eyeglasses, the smell of dried flowers, soiled old clothes and sweat, the sound of broken hearts. I caressed my shaven head. I felt I was Meera too. Indeed, in reality, I was Meera. That evening I met the temple trust in charge and requested permission to join as a Meera sadhu. I bought a stick, also a tiffin carrier made of aluminium. After a ritual bath in the Yamuna, I went to the Maigar with my stick and bowl. Thus, I too became a Meera sadhu. Everybody addressed me as Mai. I too woke up at the crack of dawn, bathed in the Yamuna, smeared sandalwood paste on my forehead, shouted, Bolo Krishna Krishna Jai, and shuffled through the streets with the aid of the stick. In the scorching summer, in the torrential rains, in the biting winter that froze the bark on the trees, I vengefully begged in front of the Govind Dev temple. I fought with monkeys for the fruits thrown by visitors, hitting them and throwing stones at them. I made those monkeys my foes. The wounds I sustained during these scuffles became badly infected and hurt grievously. The pain delighted me. From morning till afternoon, I sat on the bhajan mandap, chanting Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, forgetting myself. I fumed as I prayed. I stood in front of the Rangji temple, grinding my teeth. I will love that man. With bitter resentment, I will love him. In my hollow heart, I shall safeguard that beat of revenge to ensure his destruction. I shall emit the agony of bones falling off. I will hunt him until death and beyond. When he attempts to kiss another woman, he shall be smashed to smithereens. 12 years, 12 years of waiting. He came at last, just as I had known he would. Madhav, my husband, my bitterest enemy, my only man, the father of my 2 children, stricken on one side of his body, a red Kashmiri shawl draped over his white shirt. He came hobbling and limping. I raised my hood like a king cobra to receive him. My tongue thirsted for blood. Shock spread like poison across his chiseled face. He is very handsome. Compassionate eyes, a sharp, high-bridged nose. When he laughs, a cute cleft appears on his chin. He gazed at me as if I were a spirit. My missing front teeth, sunken eyes, skinny bag of a body, my tonsured head and torn sari. To complete my vengeance, I crawled on my knees towards him and thrust my begging bowl at him. Please give something to this forlorn soul, Mahashay. He lost control then and cried out, Tulsi? I stopped beseeching. I smiled innocently, exposing my toothless gums. Tulsi is dead, Madhav Mahashay. I am Meera, Meera Sadhu. This is that story, the autobiography of a Meera Sadhu. Chapter 1. In principle, love and spirit are but one. Both ache to break free from fetters and take possession of suitable bodies. I shall start the story on the day Madhav appeared in Vrindavan. Seeing me, he clutched his chest and collapsed. A few people carried him off somewhere. The bells of the Rangji temple had been ringing for a while. It was time for the darshan. Holding up my sari by its hem, begging bowl and stick in hand, I rushed along with the other women to get ahead in the queue. After the darshan, I jostled for a share of the annadanam being doled out, 1 dry roti and some cooked vegetables. Then I swept the top floor of the Govind Dev temple. I threw bananas for the monkeys. In the evening, I collected my daily ration from the temple trust, 10 grams of rice, dal, and 10 rupees as allowance. After the night darshan of Bake Bihari, I returned to the Mai Ghar. On the way, I sang a Meera bhajan. Some mock me for being tainted by the cloud-colored once love. Some shower praises. As for me, I am enchanted by my own songs and travel with the saints. The next day, when Ram Krishna Pandit of the Temple Trust informed me that Madhav had been admitted in the specialty hospital at Vrindavan, I just sat lazily by Nidhivan, the grass hut entwined with jasmine creepers in front of the Rangji temple, the place where Radha and Krishna are supposed to meet. No one is allowed to enter the area at night. That is my usual begging place, near the cluster of dried jasmines. Just for fun, of course, as they make love invisible to the rest of us. Let Radha and Govinda be vexed by a beggar woman's voice. I loathe every love story, except my own. When the gravelled pathway burns in summer, I walk barefoot on it. The body is the raw material for both love and devotion. When the soles of my feet erupt in blisters, I remember Madhav. The first time he had held me close, his body had burned more furiously than that. Back then, I had regarded myself with more esteem than now. Meera Mai, who is that Babu admitted in the hospital? He wants to see you. The Pandit came near, wiping the red spittle of pan off his lips. Which Babu, Panditji? In Meera's Vrindavan, there is only one Babu. The rest are all women. He is a famous journalist. Your relative, perhaps? I have only one relative. I bow.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?